It's your boy Mike. Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra video. This is actually the part 2, and part 1 is over on Minato's channel. We are going to be looking at the comments and reactions on my channel for the new Divine draws. Also, Minato is here, who is going to be reacting with us as well. Hi, Minato.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
But yeah, make sure to go check out that video after you check out this one. But over on their side, we talked about everything that was coming for season 3, and looking at all of the just new stuff in general, while this one is gonna be more so focused on just the divine draws, right? But let's just go ahead and hop right into it and just check some of these these comments. Yeah, the first one, everyone is gonna have Ultra Instinct. They've released Ultra Instinct to Goku, dude. You just gotta play base form, and then you just gotta spam that dodge button like 20 times.
Yeah, there's no need to transform, right? But no, I mean, we talked about it in the first part, that cooldown reduction for vanishing step is really, really stupid. And I don't know what they're thinking with that, to be honest. I feel like, you know, the more I think about it, the more it's like, do you play this game? Like, not to be like, I don't know, it's like, why?
No, I get it.
Man.
I get it. Here, I'm just gonna crack this out while you. But I get what you mean, because like it is very much like just a silly thing that they I don't understand why they would do something like this, right? Because having it where you just have a insanely fast cooldown time, and then you also have it where there are cards in the game that directly benefit from you using the vanishing step. It's like such a bad thing, and it's kind of sad because I'm a Lightning Swift hater, and put Mike Lightning Swift, that might be meta now.
No, it's not.
It won't be, but you know, people might think that.
You see, the thing behind that is that it's not even a bad idea for a divine draw. It's just too much of a cooldown reduction, because you used to only get like 10%. Like by the time you finish with the vanish animation, you have about like 10% of your vanish cooldown back.
Right
now it's about 75%, so you literally have like 6 times of the restoration. Like, you could literally, I don't know if you don't have the reel up, but it's dumb. It's dumb, the amount of time, like the little amount of time that you have before you get your vanishing step again. It's crazy.
I think I showed it at the beginning of the video. Yeah, how they showed.
Look at that. Like, what are they thinking?
For it to vanish. Yeah,
look
at that.
Crazy, actually insane. You just use your vanish over and over again. Like, what's the point of fighting if you could escape at any time?
I even said as well for like let's say that they like actually destroy hit. It honestly might not even matter, because he'll have 3 escape options now. He'll have it where if you get limit breaking jump with him, he'll just have the 2 vanishes, and then on top of that he can immediately just use his 3 to just get away. So you will just not be able to be seen at all. Like, it is such a stupid thing.
I mean, if they do nerf, it's funny because I'm not sure if they'll nerf it, because they literally just buffed him. But if they do nerf him, obviously it's like, you know, the extra vanishing step is not gonna, like, Hit's whole predicate, like the whole thing that Hit is kind of good with is the fact that he is invisible, and he gets his buffs based off of him, the enemy, when he's not visible on the map, or they can't see him. So that's where, you know, maybe people are talking about like the clouds being a buffer hit. Like, that could be the case, but extra vanishing step will only kind of help Hit if he's backdooring. But at that point, you could just use any technical, and they would still be able to backdoor a lot easier now. So this divine draw incentivizes backdooring, but also decentivizes actually getting into team fights, which I think one of the big issues with this game is the fact that you're not incentivized to actually team fight anything.
Yeah, on top of that too, and again, which is something that I forgot to talk about in your video, Bubbles also gives increased step efficiency, and if we just go ahead and look at the direct definition of what it does, it shortens the cooldown for vanishing step even more. So that's another another just
Yeah.
cooldown reduction for vanishing step. Especially because on top of that, I don't know how it's gonna like stack, because it's not like the vanishing step itself gets a it's not like the vanishing step itself goes like at a faster charge rate, right? What happens is it cuts down the cooldown of it, right? Like it just gives it a cooldown reduction. So if it's like an additive thing where it's both cooldown reductions on top of it, like it's just gonna be such a toxic thing. And I don't think I'm gonna be honest, I might start dodging the matches. if I see that divine draw, don't be surprised if your boy Mike is never in them, because it's like it's genuinely just that bad. It is not a good thing at all.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think it's just like it's a very annoying thing to see. I just don't understand the point of like incentivizing not getting into team fights like this.
Right. Defense step is going to be nuts. Yeah, there was another card that we were talking about that it's just like I brought it a little bit more into detail, but it reduces damage from enemy heroes for 3 seconds, and then the effect is also greatly reduced for super attacks as well. But the amount of damage reduced by the effect decreases over time, right? But the thing is that because it lasts for 3 seconds, you will almost have it up for an entire 100%. What I suggested that they could do to like sort of nerf this in a way though, excuse me, in a way though, is having it where on the activation condition, it could just say after using vanishing step, and then the cooldown is like 10 seconds, you know? Because there are other cards where it says that like there is like a certain amount of time you have to wait before the card can be activated again. Limit breaking jump and defense step could see adjustments like that, where it's like, oh, they can only be used every so often, you know? Not that it's gonna make that mode like any less like good. not what's the way to put it? Not that it's gonna make that like mode actually fine. Like I just hope that they do that so it's not as bad, I suppose. As someone who oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say what's interesting is that they're releasing these like vanishing step increases, but they're also releasing Vegito, which I think, you know, it goes against what Vegito's trying to do if you're able to just escape. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm. One of the other things that I was also kind of hopeful about is back during the season 2 patch notes. Let me go ahead and pull those up real quick too, because it was something worth noting. Hold on. Nope, that's the wrong one. Here, let me just pause real quick. Back during the season 2 patch notes, like how I was mentioning in the video as well, they actually did know that something like this could happen with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, where the what is it called, the helper was just going to make it where it was completely busted. So they could also maybe just nerf bubbles to take out that step efficiency, because the helper for Crash or Major Metallic went from 20 seconds down to 60, or I guess up to 60. So again, I feel like they'll probably just adjust bubbles too, in order to not make him as entirely busted as that, right?
They could nerf him bubbles, I guess, but
yeah, bubbles nerf. Because I forgot to mention Gotenks. I think one of the biggest ones I was talking about was hit, like just hit buffs and all that, but I forgot to mention Gotenks too. Like it is kind of sad that like they actually they despise Gotenks. They hate him so much. It is a little sad.
Yep.
Only pro is that the evade mission will be easier.
I mean, I guess that's true. The evade mission will definitely be easier.
It's kind of funny because I always hear people talk about the evade mission, but I don't know about you. I've never really had too much issues with it. But the hit detection on evasion is very wonky for sure, from what I've seen at the very least. I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's just not something I've never had a big issue with.
Me neither. I understand. I really don't have an issue with it.
They have all the time surprises, so my opinion is that this season will be a huge difference. Yes, this will be a huge difference for sure. I agree. This whole season is a massive hit buff, as well as a Deborah and Gotenks killer. The only thing I think that could happen is like another Deborah buff, and they take away that gauge reduction when you vanish, like when an enemy vanishes. That's the only thing I could think they could do to hit to Deborah to not make him where he's like actually unusable. Will they probably have it? I don't think so.
I don't know. Losing 50% of that bar when you vanish is so funny, especially considering this divine draw. Like, are they gonna change that for? I mean, theoretically, they could buff Deborah in that way, and we would have no idea. Like, imagine you lose only like 10% of the bar now when you vanish, and he's just like super busted. Who knows? we have to wait and see what changes they're gonna make. Which, I mean, based off of last time, I don't think they dropped patch notes ahead of time, or they just kind of dropped them when the game update went live. So we'll see on Tuesday.
Yeah, the only thing that I was thinking is when during the big patch for season 2, and I believe it was season 1 as well, they actually did give us a developer letter. It was like a day or two after the Squadra talk, like how it happened in season 2, right? So it makes me believe that we might see a developer letter at least before the next season drops, which could happen just like any day now for all we know. But until that happens, we just won't know, you know, because they did talk about in the season 1 patch notes, they talked about that they were going to buff Piccolo, they were going to nerf Goku, and I think they said that they were going to be buffing Daima Goku. Then the season 2 patch notes was that they're going to be updating the Star Collection system while also just completely revamping it in the future. So maybe the season 3 one is going to be like, we got you guys. We actually were doing a fib. There is no super cooldown reduction, that we just wanted to scare you.
a lot of the things that they changed about the game are given not in the Squadra talks. Funny enough, Squadra talks is usually for, like, you know, a lot of bigger talking points that have to do with either character releases or, you know, the gameplay, like a lot of the other stuff that are not necessarily just like gameplay related, besides buffs and nerfs, they talk about in the developers letters instead of the what's it called, or the opposite way. A lot of things that are just like gameplay related besides buffs and nerfs are talked about in Squadra talk, but then everything else is talked about in the dev letters. So we'll see. They could have a lot of extra information in that dev letter that was not kind of provided in Squadra talk. That's happened the last few times. So
yeah. Let's see. I was talking about this in my Squadra talk video. Season 1 was the burst damage snowball meta. Season 2 was the infinite stun / boss meta. It looks like season 3 will end up being a burst meta again, with characters potentially infinite vanishing, because I'm pretty sure Bubbles Vanish buff will sack. It will, we just don't know how it would be. Like, if it's something that is like a smaller percentage than what we're assuming. And characters like Deborah, who will need to chase down and can take away your vanishes, might actually be insane. I actually didn't think about that, because he can just remove vanishes with his spears, can't he?
Well, I mean, he can, but I don't think that necessarily makes him insane for that, because at the end of the day, he'll remove your vanish, but like, what is he gonna do after that? Like, he can't even do anything right now, because the second you get your vanish back, you're like mega gone. Any chance that he had before to kill by getting rid of your vanish, even if the enemy vanished before, it's gonna basically be the same thing,
right?
Except just like more difficult for him in general. Or, you know, being able to vanish more means that he might just miss the spears entirely. One thing I would say is Season 1 was also a boss meta, but I think more people came around to actually realizing that you should be going for bosses in Season 2. Season 1 was definitely more of like, snowball meta. Like calling Season 1 snowball burst damage. Season 2 is also still burst damage, but you're just running build up now because your characters are living through some of the burst damage easier with snowball than or with that build up than snowball. But it's always been about bosses. It's always been about towers. So that's my opinion.
Yeah. Not even dude, it's like not even talking about the fact that Lightning Swift is going to be insane on Infinite Vanishing Super Vegeta with AoE skills and easy heals. We might be screwed. Vanishing Step could, like, I don't know. You could have infinite vanishing and have like infinite Lightning Swift. I am telling you right now, that card is not as good as people think, dude. It is such a bad card, and like this mode does not make it usable. Like it's not good. I'd rather run Snowball 1,000,000,000% of the time, dude. It's so bad. Lightning Swift is so because it only works on blast attacks, so it's like it's just so stupid. What'd you say?
No, Lightning Swift sucks.
Yeah, Lightning Swift freaking sucks, dude. Defensive Step is a bigger problem though. That's the one I'm actually like really scared for. To be honest, I enjoy these new divine draws more than what they are removing. This should be, and this is the first comment that we actually got that has been positive about these new divine draws, by the way. Over the past 2 parts of our videos, this is the only one that's like, I'm actually kind of excited. All I will say is that we also need more divine draw cards or the boost from using 3 of the same type. Meaning people are less incentivized to combo limit breaking jump and lightning swift. Who's doing that? Who's can you point me to them? Because I got some really stern words I gotta speak to them. Like, it's not gonna be good, dude. It's not. I'm cracking my knuckles the second I find those lightning swift enjoyers, bro.
Bro, people are C-ranking these games. It's okay.
Okay, you're right. That got me to calm down. You're right. Thank you.
Like getting mad at like 13-year-old like Tom who's like just trying to play in a Nintendo Switch on the weekend, bro. Like, let him have fun.
I'm sorry, little Jimmy. You get a like and a heart. My bad, little Jimmy. You get that one.
Okay.
I hope you have fun with Squadra during recess, little bro. As a Piccolo main, this makes Piccolo so much more dangerous. Like, bro, I can play more aggressive unless you can attack from afar. I can keep on backing up while a melee character is forced to move forward, or they just have to ignore me. I think Piccolo is going to be pretty good, though, because he's just going to have infinite more escape options than he did before. Because I think one of the biggest, like, things about Piccolo is that you could just kind of get squished by him, and it kind of limits his skill 3 a lot if you can just kind of surround him a bit. But with this, it's going to be a lot harder to corner him because he could just vanish, well, almost every 3 seconds, you know? So yeah. It's going to help some of these characters out for sure. I love how no one talks about how this will affect Deborah, bro. Like, come on. To be fair, and I did say that, like, oh, well, check the comments, and they're like, I know the comments mentioned it, but I'm talking about content creators. No one truly talks about how this hurts other characters by proxy. At the same time, we're gonna want to cover the stuff first and then like talk about that later, like how we're doing now. So it's not my fault, guys. I swear we were gonna talk about it.
I mean, well, yeah, there's just a lot to kind of cover, and I mean we're covering it now, so I guess you're wrong.
Yeah. On top of that, it's like if you we have to like digest some of this information in a sense. When we're coming out of the information of like Super Vegito, Kefla, and Bardock all dropping at once, and we're getting like new bosses and all that stuff, we have to cover stuff bit by bit and also kind of realize what some of this stuff means, you know? Like, we can't just drop Vegito and Deborah getting nerfed and hit getting buffed, like all in one video. We have to like split it up a bit because it's gonna be a lot harder to push all of that in the same sentence or in the same video. And that's exactly what I did. We made a follow-up video. So the bar so good they had to make it to full divine draw to nerf him. Dude, they hate Deborah as much as they hate Gotenks, bro.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people hate Deborah and they think he's overpowered.
Yeah.
But like that just shows you like how different the game plays from S rank. And maybe we play the game too much, Mike. Who knows? Maybe we're the problem.
I might have over like 300 hours in Gekishin Squadra. I'm actually gonna pull it up right now.
I don't even know how many I have.
Because I don't know if we're not counting like Project Multi or like the first beta. Oh shoot, dude, I have 400 hours like exactly.
Yeah, 400. Let me see what I have. I have 445.
Oh god, dude, we're so cooked. Oh,
are
dude, little Timmy getting ready for recess, and he has to face no life Mike.
Excuse me, minato splash, bro. Put the lunch in the bag, buddy.
Put the lunch money in the bag, yeah. How would you feel if the divine draw was no vanish the entire match? I think this would be so much better if they had it where there wasn't a divine draw where you could not vanish the entire time. I think it would make it might. The only thing I would be scared of is that it might like incentivize even more passive play than before, because your only escape option at that point is going to be it's just going to be whatever skills you have. But I think it would be interesting enough that I would kind of at least want to see it for one season, especially more than infinite vanishes. I would take that 100% of the time. What do you think?
I mean, I would say the divine draw being no vanish is interesting, but while it could benefit like Deborah, I think it just is a net like L, honestly, because a lot of characters don't have a lot of mobility, and vanishing step is like their only option. I think that more so it's like it decentivizes you from playing a character rather than incentivizing you to play a character, which is, I think, you should not be decentivized to play a character, but it should be like, oh, you know, I would do better by playing this character, but I could still play the character I like to play, rather than, oh, now I can't play the character I like to play, so I have to pick someone else. I think that's like the different mindset between removing the vanishing step. And I think that, you know, having the divine draw being a decreased cooldown is fine. It's just the amount that they did it.
Yeah. Like if it was just like, I don't know, like a 10, maybe 20% cooldown reduction, I don't think anyone would be complaining as much as they are now.
It's going to be very slight, yeah.
My boy Gotenks is pretty much unplayable. Yep. I don't know what waiter 2,000 more hit buffs and Gotenks nerfs, please.
Yeah.
Dude, they I don't know what the hatred for is with Gotenks, I'm not gonna lie. Hit should never be allowed to become invisible, and attack gods are free. I hate him so much. This is because I just said that I hate hit in general, and then I wanted him to like have his legs removed. So this one's kind of unrelated, but I think it also is very true. So not liking season 3, especially mystery HP, plus they are now going full on power creep. We just have to see Vegito in game before we could really say like this is true, you know. But I can get it to some extent, like with double ults and all of that, being able to transform whenever you want. I think they balanced Vegito in an okay enough way, because he can't get as much XP from minions as other characters. He has like that debuff on him. Again, though, we'll have to really see before we're going to be like, oh yeah, no, power creep is bad. Because like Broly, I think is fine, you know.
Well,
I don't
okay.
think that there's...
The thing is that I think Vegito could be broken in a sense where he's really good in his role, but I don't think that necessarily means that he's going to be like, you know,
best,
towering over the game. Like he could be best DPS and be really crazy in certain situations, but at the same time there are, you know, things that they do to balance around that, such as he gets less XP from mobs, but he will get a free level from his transformation. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works, or his actual stats in game, because Vegito as a kit could look really strong, you know, in terms of what he's able to do. But if his numbers are too low, then he's actually going to end up not being that crazy, right? So we have to wait and see.
These events will continue to create imbalance. Why not an event that increases the level of non-damaging skills by 1, or an event that it grants immunity for damaging the tower? When Vegito is released, it will be harder to play, and I don't think new players will like this. Well, I think this would have been such a nice one to have it where it's like, in a lot of these situations that these skill boost cards come out, they always have it where there's always one character that's like hurt from it, in a sense, right? So again, like how we were talking about Fat Boo, for example, when skill boost 2 came out, he kind of got indirectly hurt by that because he doesn't get a heal increase from his 2 when that skill boost happened, because it only increases damage. So having it where it's like it increases that level of non-damaging abilities by 1 would have been nice. Like having it where you just get maybe like a free level for that, and again would incentivize you to just pick characters that have non-damaging abilities. Kid Gohan, Fat Boo, who's like some other characters off the top of my head. I don't know if you want to count Vegeta's wall, because that still does damage to enemies. What can you I don't know, I guess like hit, but then I actually, now that I think about it, that would be indirect hit buff. So actually I hate this idea. Okay. I take it back. I take everything I said back. This one actually gets a dislike. An event. Okay, but we can both agree this one's bad, right? Like an immunity for damaging the tower, like that you literally just go up to the enemy's tower and you just start spamming skills because you have immunity for free.
I mean, I think it's, yeah, I don't know why. Like, you should not be not punished for trying to backdoor or anything like that.
Yeah, like there already is an immunity when you do the full Gekishin burst or max Gekishin burst, so having it where like that immunity is given even more, I think would be a little silly. Maybe if like the immunity amount was changed, so like maybe from like 90% of doing a Gekishin burst you got immunity, or 80%, that could be pretty interesting. But just getting full on immunity, I think would be very silly. Either way though, I think this part is true. I don't think any character or any player is going to like it when we just have unlimited vanishing. So we know the draws were ass. We just care about the characters. That's kind of real though. Finally, someone notices. Don't get fooled by the characters. They just ruined the season before it even began with the divine draws. This is supposed to be competitive MOBA, not Mario Party. Not really. Like from the start, this has always been a casual MOBA. I don't think has ever been a game that they have really looked at and thought about it in a competitive sense. Like, it's the whole reason why we didn't really get tournaments until the end of season 1. An actual like officially hosted tournament until season 2, and we're not going to get the next official hosted tournament until season 3. You know, like I don't think they're taking this as like they're not trying to make this a competitive thing. They're just trying to make it a casual one, and that's the whole point for these Dragon Ball games, to be like casual entries to all of this stuff, right? It's the reason why Fighters is like an entry to fighting games in a sense, because a lot of the combos are easier than the other combos in a lot of the other fighting games, right? It's the reason why Kakarot is like pressing the one button over and over again game, and why that game was also just not very like anything other than casual, you know. Dokkan is at the end of the day just like bubble popping and watching. Legends is clicking cards and having the like attack happen for you. Dragon Ball games have never and will never try to be something that is like above and beyond, in a sense. They don't want it to be something that is too complicated. It wants to be an entry level thing for anyone, you know. You get what
Yep.
I'm trying to say, Minato?
No, exactly that.
Yeah. So, but Mario, this is the second Mario Party we've seen. Both Iron Cane and now this guy. But yeah, I think that we'll have to see though. Maybe they'll do like a mid-season adjustment if we complain enough, I think. And then let's go ahead and look at the other video that I had. This one we'll finish up after this one. This one only has 16 comments. And there's my fuck you in particular. As a Trunks enjoyer, I can't just dive on someone since I won't know how much HP they have, but everyone knows I'll have the HP of a wet single ply toilet paper. I guess that's true. I like, in a sense, it helps characters who have a higher max health, because you'll always be scared of characters who have a higher max health. But people like Trunks, for example, even if they're at max health, they'll always have like a smaller amount of health, in a sense. I don't know if I would go as far to say that you can't play them though. Like it's not like again, I feel like people are looking at that HP sort of being hidden and not understanding how much of an impact it will actually have. Because again, that you can see the enemy's HP when you attack them. So
I feel like people saw the image of the Divine Draw, didn't actually like, because you know when we're reacting to everything like the changes, it goes by so fast. But then when you go back and actually look at it and see what they're saying with the subtitles,
right?
Like for example, you missed that the enemy boss's HP was hidden as well,
Right.
Until I told you, I was like, oh yeah, no, the Supreme Kai and boss's HPs are also hidden. But also something that I missed is that the HP bar is revealed once you hit them temporarily. So even if you're a Trunks main, you'll be able to see that, right? And that's something that, you know, I think a lot of people will realize once you're actually in game.
Yeah. Again, that's the reason why, like, other than the Divine Draw for Infinite Vanishing Step, which we know how it works, we are 100% positive how it's going to work in that aspect. Like, they could take out all of the Divine cards. They can make it where, like, Deborah gets buffed. Like, best case scenario happened, and that Divine Draw would still be ass, right? For the HP one, I feel like we have to wait and see, and the CODS one, like how you said too, where you really should not probably form a big huge opinion on it until we can properly test it out in game, so we could see how some of these interactions work. Like, how does it work with hit? How does it work with his invisibility? Is it actually a hit buff? Is it not a hit buff? Like, etc., you know? Because again, I like how you were talking about it. I think it's about the hatred for that one in particular is probably just slightly overblown, just a bit. No sparkly Stardust might go. A lot of people did not like that they took the sparkly Stardust. I was also a little bit of a sparkly Stardust enjoyer, but it is a little funny to see that now that it's being taken away, everyone is kind of sad about it. All I was asking for was Deborah to be compy, but Toshi said who? Toshi said I only watched Dragon Ball Super and Beyond. Who's Deborah? I only.
Oh, that guy.
Oh, are was he in an affiliate or something?
Yeah.
Imagine they buff him to remove. Yeah, that if they buff him to make it where they reduce the make it where they don't reduce the gauge on Vanish though, or like how you said, make it where it's only like 10%. I would be fine with it. Oh no, this is just more Super Vegeta stuff. But that was the last comment. Anything you want to say before we close it off?
No, I think that again, I don't think that most of the divine draws are going to be as a big issue. Funny enough, I feel like a lot of people in your videos weren't necessarily even talking about this cooldown reduction necessarily as much as Mystery HP, but at least for this kind of
Well,
video,
for
the other one,
this was the reaction one, the one where we
Yeah.
actually were
this
just
one
talking
had
about.
more.
Yeah.
So we'll see, but I'm excited to see what's going to be going on with Squadra for this season 3, and hopefully they have a really good developer letter upcoming.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it too, and we probably should see a developer letter coming in soon. Maybe even with like a little bit of a sneak peek on what the system is going to be for the replacement for Star Collection. Like, oh, we're thinking of working on this, so maybe let us know what you guys think, and we'll try to keep working on it, or try to think of a new idea. I think that would be like a pretty cool thing to do. But again, we'll just have to see. But thank you all for watching. Make sure to go check out the part 1 on Minatos' channel. I'll make sure to link it down in the description below, or I'll put it as a pinned comment actually. So if you guys want to just go ahead and watch it over there. But thank you, Minatos, for joining us. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.